All right, I'm at job number 20646. It's the 161st place project. It says asphalt there, but it's actually wrap. This is a wrap project out here in North Bend. And I was talking to Kirk Bain, who lives out here on this private residence. There's probably, I don't know, I think I counted around 10 homes in here. Maybe 10 or 11 homes, one of them being a business at the very end of this property. But where you see this private road sign, the county road ends, and what begins is a private driveway that goes up for all these homes. Well, they're talking about a price on getting wrap done in here. They've already had grindings put down before. It looks like it's been paved before, but it's never been paved. They said, though, that they've had grindings put down, and I think what they mean is recycled material. Because you see little potholes here and there. You can also see that as you look down here, you've got a pretty solid surface here, and I know it's not crushed rock. So I'll even show you a pile of some of the grindings that they have brought in each year. He wants a price to start right here from the private road sign, and it looks like that's a little area where kids can catch the bus. So starting from that private road sign, you've got an 18-foot wide road that travels up the hill. The goal is to keep the slope to the right, so it's going into the ditch on the right. That's their drainage, and they've got pipe that goes underneath these driveways. They're trying to keep water as much as possible from going down into the neighbors' private little driveways. So all of this is sloped to the left a little bit as you come up this hill, and then as you get closer up towards the top, then you have where 2/3 of this road is sloped to the left, and then 1/3 of it sloped to the right. If it's possible to grade it down, the existing grindings that are out here, grind this down, or rough, basically grade it out, rough it up to where it can be regraded, and potentially slope to the right as much as possible. They would like that, so that way water's not running down on the left and potentially going down into driveways like this, and then rutting out their driveways. So the goal is to do that. Just a second, car's coming. Okay, so you see different areas in here where you could tell that they must have used wrap because of how hard the material is. This little area right here is a pull-off, and this little area right here is about a 10-foot by 60-foot area that cars will pull off and park here when it's snowing. So we would need to write down 10 foot by 60, and then this long driveway that I said was 18 feet wide is 1,024 lineal feet. Okay, so heads all the way up the hill here, ties into an existing HMA type driveway that's right here. You've got a pothole right here because of the fact that 2/3 of this is sloped this way and only 1/3 is sloped that way. And it just needs to be regraded. These guys, they have their own paved driveway, and they know that sometimes the water will run down on theirs, but they're hoping not to get a lot of washout or rock and all that stuff washing down into their driveway. So here you've got where 2/3 of the road is sloped to the right, hitting into the ditch, and only about 1/3 of it crowns and heads this direction. But it's held up pretty good in most areas. You just have little potholes occasionally. So that 1,024 lineal feet stops right here at this sign. So this little section right here, you've got the 1,024 feet by 18. I got it going down this main road and stopping right at that sign. Okay, so imaginary line right here. This driveway right here, it's he wants to include this little piece in here, and that's a 10 foot by 60 foot as well. Okay, and hold on. Okay, so there was one other area off on the side of the road back behind me that I forgot to mention, and that's a 60 foot by 10 as well. So let me give you the base bid measurements on this road. You've got 18 feet wide by 1,024 feet. Then you've got a 60 foot by 10 foot shoulder piece on the left that I showed you earlier in the video. And then down the road even farther back behind me was another 60 foot by 10 foot. Then you've got this section right here that's 60 foot by 10 foot. Okay, so that is the base bid. So they want to have a bid option to include from this sign going up this driveway and from this sign going down this driveway. So on this one, it heads up the road from this sign, and it's 10 foot wide by 397 feet. Now this driveway is pretty good condition. This main driveway. It goes to, I think, 2 homes up here. One home veers off to the right here, as you can see. And then the stopping point would be right here at these 2 light posts. So that would be the end point right here. 10 foot by 397 feet. Okay, I'm going to back up and then take you over to that other road. Okay, so I just turned around, came back out here to this spot, and the measurement from this sign going this way on the Y is 12 foot by 605 feet. Now this has a crown kind of right down the middle, and they wouldn't mind keeping it the same. Gets pretty flat up here and actually crowns. It doesn't really crown, it's more sloped to the left. They'd like to keep it somewhat crowned if they could, so that way water's flowing off the road. All the falls going off each side. Okay, so that 605 feet ends right down here at these posts. So we would just do a 12 foot wide run all the way to the end here. And you'll see there's like a catch basin down here that nothing can get into. So we could potentially build that up to where the water would go into that catch basin a little bit, but it's not necessary. Okay, so that is it. You've got a base bid for the main road, and then you've got a bid option for these 2 roads that split off at the Y. Okay. He wants to see the price, wants to propose it to all the neighbors, see what they think, and if all goes well, he'd want to sit down and also talk about a maintenance program on what we could do, you know, every 2 years probably. We could even make it every other, you know, every single year, you know, come out once a year and just look for small potholes and give them a kind of like a contract price to do a little bit of maintenance on it. So that's it. They'd like to, if the price was right, they could potentially do it this winter. I encourage them to consider that. And if you have any other questions, let me know. Thanks.